Yo. It's that time. It is that time. Oh, we got a new member. We got a new member. And Trent Houston said he done became a new member. That's what's happening. Is that a super chat? What that? What that is? For sure. That's how you want to start it off. You want to start it off with somebody going ahead and highlight like, hey, my boy. My boy. Pulling up my notes right now. Contrary to popular belief, man, I do my research first before I speak on stuff. I do my research first before I speak. I like to do my research before I talk. What's happening? What happening? Let me fix my seat. Let's get this thing started. I was kind of slouched over. I'm like, why am I slouched? My boy came through with the super. Say he a new member to new member to the YouTubes. That's how you do that. That's how you do that there. Right now they say. I don't want to say too many New Orleans songs. GA Texas boy, what it do? Lochness AFN, Lochness family. The new era is here. LFG rise up. For sure. For sure. For sure. So, giving enough people enough time because I already know, the Lady Birds is for the end their show, and then everybody's gonna flock over here. Flock, you feel me? They're gonna flock over there with, right? Um, and have some conversation with me. So, I've been silent. I know when news breaks, everybody out, everybody jump on it, trying to be the first one to be like, hey, you know, um, they said it first. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I got my updates. They already told me this person, that person, this person, that person. But I already want my last show I was talking about the coaching candidates and stuff like that. And the expectation moving forward of what I feel like what we need and who's on the what head coaches or possibly can come over to the organization and revitalize what we already have and galvanize what we already have and then add on be additions to the pieces that we already have. But before we get started with that, you feel me? Let's go ahead and get this. Hey, this is Let's Talk About It with the Lochness on Let's Talk About It Tuesdays. Let's see. Say supercharge your browser. I don't want to use AI. They always trying to introduce AI. Looks calm down. And like I said, this Let's Talk About It Tuesdays with the Lochness. Let's talk about it with the Lochness. On Talk About It Tuesdays. The Atlanta Falcons fans, why not Stefanski? Why not Stefanski? I was saying Stefanski. I don't know. I just said about Stefanski. But Stefanski. So yeah. And for those who haven't subbed to my channel, man, follow me on the Lochness Podcast on YouTube. That's the Lochness Podcast on YouTube. Road to 500 subs. If you haven't subbed, sub. Holla at your boy like my boy did. Like my boy did. He came through with like a super chat saying, hey man, I just became a YouTube member. That's how you do that. That my boy came through there like, hey, let me let you know, my boy. I don't know nobody else a member, but I'm one. If him, so that's what's up, man. That's a good little look. Starting my show off right there. I like the hire. I wanted to fast since the first interview. Yeah, see, we're gonna talk about it. See, a lot of people I'm gonna take some elements of my last show and reintroduce them again in this show, and then further dissect exactly the same thing that I already mentioned. Okay. Um, and I'm gonna start it off by saying, no, Mike Tomlin, stop it. Stop it. People like, we want Mike Tomlin stability. I ain't never heard nobody say some stability ever until I heard them people talk about it. People take what these professional commentators say and they run with it. Me personally, I do my research because I want to form my own conclusion and opinion and give my take as I dissect the information that is given, and then I go research the information, and then I go to other content creators and get their perspective as if I'm in the room with them having their conversations. Then I go have my conversations with the people that I know as legit, Falcons fans. And then I have my conversations with people that come into my store. Then I have my conversation with people that know me in person, on a personal level. And then I come up with the idea of a show something I want to talk about that I found was interesting. And I find this very, very interesting that I find it very, 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 very interesting that a lot of people not giving Stefanski. I said keep on saying Stefanski. Stefanski. That sounds like something like one of them old school movies. Like one of them old school HBO movies, like the Goonies or something, or the Sandlot. I'm showing my age. When they be like, "Hey, Stefanski, come over here." Like, what do you want? Hey, Stefanski, come over here, man. Like they'll call him by his last name. Didn't that sound like somebody's name that was said in like a little movie back in the day? Stefanski. That sounds like something I done heard. That's been on a movie somewhere. But even James Harrison said he can't call Tomlin a great coach. His reason was has no coaching tree. I seen that too. He said, "How can I call this man a great coach? Somebody that played with him, and when you don't have nobody saying a Mike Tomlin, like he was up under the Mike Tomlin tree, and he done became like you could say Shanahan. You know what I'm saying? Bill, it's people like Lombardi. I just can't. I'm gonna tell you what they see. The melanated skin. That's all they see. This is a dumb. Atlanta is a melanated area. I understand that we want our own, the ones that look like us, to be uplifted. But like I mentioned before, and I'm gonna take this from a past show, that the melanated skin experiment that we just did, we tried it for 2 years, didn't work out. Now, it has been a little camaraderie, a little murmurs within the shadows that some people felt like Rahheem should have got another shot. But one of my favorite franchises, I'm going to take this from one of my favorite franchises, movie franchises, where when the guy told him he was running on the beach, he was running on the beach, and he just break wall, he just stopped, and the white guy was running, the Italian stallion was running, and then the black man said to him, he said, "I just gonna just do the tomorrow." He said, "There is no tomorrow. There is no tomorrow. There is no tomorrow." Right? That whole ideology set with me. The whole ideology. That's it. That's all, folks. And now to the now. Yeah, that's an experiment. We tried it. We said, "Hey, we're gonna give you a black quarterback. We're gonna give you a black coach because it's predominant black. Maybe this gonna bring people in the seats." Another left-handed quarterback. Oh yeah, he also has his last name is like the appendage. Like, oh shit, it's just working out for everybody. Oh, a black head coach, he's already been here. He's already been here before, so they didn't really shoot him down. They probably like him. He was a part of the culture. He's gonna galvanize the team. He been here before. That experiment is over. That melanated. We tried it. We got one game improved. The reason why some murmurs in the shadows is he should have came back next year is because we were 8-9. We were 7-10 3 years in a row. He was 8-9 2 years in a row. So he improved by one game. But it was so many people bashing my boy. It was so many people trying to bring up these, trying to have petitions. It was so many people that was screaming, fire this man, fire this person, fire this person. It was so many murmurs of criticizing my boy's job, criticizing what he did and don't do, criticizing how he's a losing, head coach. Rightfully so. Not defending him not one bit. So the question is, they're like, oh, this man didn't get a fair shake. You feel me? They feel like he didn't get a fair shake, which I beg to differ, because like I just mentioned, I gave my Rocky analogy where there is no tomorrow. My boy, and I said this a long time ago. If people who are diehard Lochness podcast, Liddy committee from day ones, my day ones would know. I said this. I said this man has an opportunity to be lifted to the highest of the high. He can get lifted up, praised. Or once he falls, he's gonna fall hard. And since he was made a mockery, and I'm gonna say that loosely, he was made a mockery this past season, and you had almost every. I didn't see nobody giving my boy no praises because he was still trying to find a way. He said, "Hey, I got my what's the name here. They telling me I'm good. Everything. It's a business, but he was talking like he was up in here, and then he got the boot. Das Boot." But like I said, I'm not a fan of anybody getting fired, but I am a fan of, this is business. It's nothing personal. If the results don't be what the expectation is, then hey, let's just, move on from this before we have another year of this. Let's go ahead and maybe the stench of we still keeping the same people around. Let me revamp this. We've had almost a decade of losing. And it's unfortunate for him. He came in on the back end. And it's like, hey, man, this is 8 years of this. We can't do this no more or anymore. So Stefanski is what we needed, an experienced offensive-minded head coach. Unfortunately, and that's not unfortunate. Well, unfortunately, a lot of the fan base and a lot of people that's not really students of the game, they're fanatics. They see somebody like a Clint Kubiak. He would be a first-time head coach. And some people don't understand. Sometimes an offensive coordinator sometimes doesn't translate to a head coach. For some reason, they think, two things can be wrong at the same time. You know what I'm saying? Or two things can be right at the same time. So, I remember Rahheem was here at the beginning of the losing streak too. Yeah, exactly. He was here then. So it's just like, and then you see him go off to other places, and I'm like, where did he improve at? How did he improve? Wasn't he down there in Tampa Bay? Wasn't he with the Rams? How did he improve these organizations? Like, we clearly, and then you was talking big about hiring, your team was going to be you have your team was going to be kind of extra because you're going to get everybody jobs. But what you did was get everybody damn near fired. Go figure. But enough about that guy. But I know it segues into breaking news. The Atlanta Falcons hire their new head coach. I say it's breaking news because it's like it's a mixed bag. We got people that hate it, and then we got people that like it. We got people that's like, oh man, if we would have known that the Bills was going to get rid of, how would we know? You can't. And then I was looking at Lady Birds too. Shout out to them. They mentioned, I think somebody, I can't remember, they alluded to the fact that sometimes we never know what a Clint Kubiak would be doing. We don't know if he was going to stay in Seattle. What if they win the Super Bowl and they're like, shit, we finna pay you, my boy. And he like, shit, okay. And then also on the Ladybirds as well, they mentioned about we needed somebody like right now. We couldn't wait till damn near February, in middle of February, March, to be trying to hire a head coach, and then all the people would have been gone. And you know what people would have been saying? You guessed it. Man, we should have just got Stefanski. He was 2-time coach of the year. He took the Browns to their first playoff in like decade plus in 2 years in a row. Exactly. So now we jumping on, like, they made a decision. It was like, okay, Harbaugh was there, Stefanski was there, Clint Kubiak was there, Salo, whatever that dude's name is, he was there. So Harbaugh went to the New York Giants. The other dude went somewhere else. I think he went to the Tennessee Titans or somewhere. Well, it doesn't matter. I don't really care. He's not here. So, and then we had Stefanski, which, like I mentioned before earlier in one of my past show, my last week's show, I mentioned about, I gave the analogy of a boss. Like you have a regional director, a DM director, and then you have a manager, a store manager. If the regional director is saying, hey, I need them to do this, and then the DM comes and tell me, hey, I need you to do this, then I'm just following suit because I'm hired by said company. There's nothing I can do. I said it in my last show. I said, what if like Stefanski had nothing to do with Shedeur Sanders? They made it seem like, because he's always going to be the fall guy. He's the head coach. So they're going to make it seem like, hey, why this man ain't playing? See how they doing him in Cleveland? See how they doing him? They chose to skip Shedeur. Even the Saints didn't pick up Shedeur. Shedeur dropped all the way back down. You know what I'm saying? So let's not make it about Shedeur. And then I just heard, like, I think it was another content creator saying, if this Shedeur situation would have never happened, then you have nothing bad to say about Stefanski. Honestly, they think this Shedeur situation was on him. It wasn't on him. Stop saying that it's on him. It's not on him. If they say don't play him, don't play him. If they say get, like, hey, we're gonna bring these people in, like, that has more so to do with the GM as well. The GM can be like, hey, we bringing this person in. We bringing this person in. We bringing this person in. He said 2022 to 2024, Stefanski had an all-black quarterback room, but he doesn't like black quarterbacks. Like, it's stuff like that. It's like we're making it about this again. Like I said, regardless of what, that's all people see. It's like tunnel vision. You don't see the big picture. This is all you see. So yeah, he got a problem with no. The Browns F themselves up by sitting up here paying, you guessed it, Deshaun Watson And I guarantee contract with this man. I don't even think seen the field. That's what broke them. That's what messed up the organization. They was doing foolishness stuff like that. See, they thought Deshaun Watson was going to be the second coming of, the next quarterback, because his first 9 games, I think, before he got hurt, he was looking like a rookie beyond rookies. Like, he was like awesome. Same thing they said about CJ Stroud. Same thing they said about Bryce Young. Same thing they said, like, bro, this Cam Ward. Caleb, he looking decent. Old boy in Washington, he looking decent, but like they sitting at home. You feel me? People need to understand, like, even at the quarterback position, Tom Brady was like the 5th round, 6th round draft pick. Like, who was drafted back then? Shador. He just has to go ahead and do his thing and become great, relishing your opportunities. People need to relish in their opportunities, man. And I get it. Sometimes it's a mental battle. Sometimes people ain't built for certain things, the scrutiny and stuff. Some people ain't built for the scrutiny because it's just what it is. But that's neither here nor there. Or like he seemed like he was unwavering too. So it's like it's not what like he wasn't built for the scrutiny, but it was just like sometimes when stuff is unforeseen, number one, when things are unforeseen, and then 2, it's out of your control. This is stuff that's out of your control. Like, what if this Stefanski situation is out of his control? But he is the fall guy. He has to sit in front of that podium and have them press conferences. And you can't sit here and throw your team up on. You can't throw the owners and all them people up on the bus, because guess what's going to happen? Fired. Fired. What's up, money? I get money. Money I got. What's up, my G? Ryan Cunningham, Kubiak, all would have been first press GM coach. That's a lot. Stefanski may have been the way to go. Ryan Cunningham and Kubiak. What do Kubiak? See, and this is another thing. Okay, let's break this down. Harbaugh wanted $100 million, right? I think that's what he got. We ain't finna get no head coach, no $100 million. We finna get him $100 million. I think that's what they said. He wanted he rightfully so, but at the end of the day, I didn't see Lamar Jackson. Well, he got him a Super Bowl. He did get him a Super Bowl. Damn, he did get a Super Bowl. $100 million. Lamar Jackson couldn't get out of the first round. You do your due diligence. Sometimes you get paid from past performances, right? Stefanski was probably the most easiest way to transition. Stefanski might have been like, okay, I come in, they say, hey, we want to keep you Ulbrich, whatever, him, the defensive coordinator. And you'd be like, okay, that's cool. Hey, we're finna go ahead and get with you to go ahead and hire a GM, so you can see eye to eye with somebody that y'all can, sit down, prospect, vision, give him Matt Ryan, and then, like I said, they brought him back with a real quick interview, real quick. So I really thought in my heart of hearts, if the Seahawks would have lost, and this is just on me, if the Seahawks would have lost and their season was over, we would have got Clint Kubiak. We would have really went hard for him. Pause. But because they won and it extends his season, and we don't want to be in the little tampering thing again, so we had to go with somebody whose season's already over and we can talk to them. And Stefanski, and then we wanted to, hey, this guy's already been a head coach. already called plays, already offensive minded. Guess what we were lacking at? Offense. We don't need a first time play caller. Like, this is just what it is. So it was the safer bet. It's not the most popular decision, but sometimes you got to make decisions. Like once we start winning with him, and we see that the team is more galvanized, and we start seeing the results and the fruits of the labor, then we'll probably be all right. Because I'm gonna tell you this: what did they do to Matt Ryan? This man first pass was a touchdown. Best quarterback we had in the franchise. Nobody was really giving him love. They was calling for him to go. He leave. And then all of a sudden, man, we should have kept Matt Ryan. We never satisfied. We want this microwavable team. If Stefanski is better than the record and better than his time at the Browns as a loser, then there's no reason we not in the playoffs next year. Then right, no excuses. Okay, ATL 251. Look at this. Carolina, Tampa Bay, and the Falcons were 8-9. And we had Rahheem Morris and Zach Robinson as the head of the offense. What was the problem last year and the year before that? Offense. Like the first year was like, okay. The second year, it was atrocious. Besides special teams, oh my goodness, in the offense. Luckily for us, just think if our defense would have had more rest, they would have really been getting out of it. And our defense was still good. So I would say this. I already said a 10-7. We're going to improve by one game, but I would give us 11-6 next year. I think the 3 games that we lost, if we had a better coach, just saying, for instance, just saying that next season plays out like this last season, and we go against a Jets team with nobody. And if we're a better coach that game, we win. The 49ers had none of their people out there. We're like second and third string people out there still. Better coach game, we win that one. The third game is the Carolina second game, where you say something to them to say, hey, bro. But see, this is the thing. I can't motivate my team if the reason why we put up a goose egg against Carolina is something I had to deal with. If a person would have sat in front of the team and said, hey, look, guys, I had a moment, I felt this kind of way. Like, hold yourself accountable and tell your truth. Hey, bro, we're divided, bro. Don't just go out here for me. Go out here for yourself. Put it all on the field. These Carolina Panthers, which is they're trash. We did nothing. And I think it had more something to do with the locker room than the actual game. But then I would have been like, I would have used that to try to motivate. But like I said, locker room divided, people saying, it's so much of stuff that goes into that this hasn't been spoken but spoken. Stefanski had Brissett, Jameis, DTR, Huntley, Kizzer Taylor, and Watson before Shador. But this is what we need to understand. And I'm gonna tell you, I'm not making no excuses for anybody, but I'm gonna say this. If there's a situation where somebody you go to a buffet. They say you can get whatever you want to eat. You say, cool, I'm gonna get some of these green beans. Don't get the green beans. Okay, cool. I'm gonna get the corn. Don't get the corn. Okay, I'm gonna get this mashed potato. I'm gonna get the mashed potatoes. Or you know what? I want mac and cheese. If somebody's telling you what you should and should be doing, it doesn't matter who you have on your team. If you're not pulling all the strings, that's just what it is. Do you really think this man had full command of the team if you got other people picking these, giving out these $100 million guaranteed contracts? That team, like, I'm gonna be 100%. Does that team do the Browns seem like they was ran like we had some bad years in Atlanta, but do you think the Browns was better managed than the Falcons? There's no coach that has the ability to sign off on trading multiple firsts and signing Watson to a 200 million guaranteed deal that came from above Stefanski's head. Thank you, money. You get it. So you know it's about the money. So you know about the money. You know about the money. Exactly. That don't have nothing to do with him. Stop pretending like it do. I need people to stop pretending. It's just like, and I don't like to bring up politics, but I'm gonna say this. In the three branches of government, we always talked about in school that there's checks and balances. Unfortunately, when there's an organization, there's nobody to check. There's no checks and balances. Who's gonna check? If you the top person, you the top person. You the owner. It's your baby. You can do whatever you want to do with your baby. And then the person up under you, who you have, hey, I want you to do this, and they like, hey, this is what the man up top said. Let me go to the next person. That's just what it is. You have to follow suit, or you're not working for them. Yep, in control. Lamar ain't got no Super Bowls. Exactly. Can't get past the first round. So I heard somebody say this. Think about it like this. I'm gonna bring this up. Hold on, let me pull it up. Oof. I like stats. I like proven points. Um, boop. I'm gonna put it AFC North. Who's in the AFC North? The Steelers, the Ravens, the Bengals, and the Browns. The Ravens were 8-9 this year. So was the Falcons. The Steelers was 10-7. Ain't that what I said we would be? Exactly. The Bengals was 6-11. Burrow was hurt most of the time. And the Browns was 5-12 with all this quarterback carousel. Why did I say that? Because when Stefanski was coach of the year, he outcoached Mike Tomlin and John Harbaugh. Two of the guys that you get stability, and these two coaches are great. But somebody in their first two seasons outcoached both of them, got coach of the year because they took. When you take I'm gonna tell you like this: in the company I work for, if they put you to, they're gonna pay you more to take over a store that's really bad, because if you turn that store around, it's gonna show them the value and how great you are. They're gonna be like, wow, I didn't see him turning this store around, or I didn't see him turning this organization around. So what Stefanski went to with the Browns, and 2 years in a row, coach of the year out of everybody. We get paid by our past performances, y'all. It don't matter what happened in the last year with Shador. We get paid by a $200 million guaranteed contract, man. Like you can't. No organization can come back from that. We had a 60 cap, we had a 60 million cap hit. We're not like the Raiders. The Raiders are paying like 4 different head coaches, and then they didn't have no head coach. The Raiders paying 4 different people that was head coach steal money. There's no longer with the organization. Stop this, bro. Y'all need to stop this. Start doing your homework. Start understanding, like, the breakup and stuff. Like, if you're just a fan and you want to listen, do what you want to do. I'm here just to give you perspective. You said Kevin is a racist. Hey, man, that's an opinion. What's happening, my boy? What's happening in Blackberry, my boy? He said Kevin is a racist. I can't condone that. I don't know what this. I don't personally know this man. Only thing I see is red and black. If he come in and he say, like, it's gonna be, I'm gonna say this. If that statement is true in any form or fashion, I don't think him coming down to the most dominant area, this is gonna help this guy. So I'm not trying to crucify anybody or of sorts before I give them a fair shake. So let's put this, like, I'm gonna ask this question. I want y'all to answer truthfully. Do you think Stefanski is better than Rahheem Morris? That's my question right now. Do y'all feel Kevin Stefanski? That's why every time I say his name, I'm like, Stefanski. Y'all think Kevin Stefanski is better than Rahheem Morris? Let's see what we got. Oh, I got some comments coming down. Let's see. I got a 1,000%. 1,000. Unfortunately, he's better. Let's see. Boom. 1,000%. Unfortunately, he's better. You know what's funny when people saying Kevin Stefanski is racist? These owners came together. I don't want to bring up Colin Kaepernick, so we're not. Right? But these owners, all these teams skipped over Shador. I'm gonna just be 100%. But another thing that y'all need to understand is too about this sports entertainment that we call foosball, NFL. It's about news. It's about the stories. It's about drama. It's about creating an entertaining experience, and it's always about money before anything else. Okay. What would be? That's why, like, okay, boom, we play the Cleveland Browns like next year, right? What will be the storyline? Oh, the next storyline. Oh, Baker Mayfield is upset. I'm still waiting for a call. It's like he's doing all this stuff. And it's like, oh, great. He's over here where we at. Now I can talk my junk about him. And then I can bring, like, we can have that. I can't wait to play y'all. I'm going to be 100%. It's about storylines. This is what's going to bring money. Oh, I can't wait. Have you ever seen somebody say this? I can't wait to see that movie because I want to see such and such in it. And they had like a 5-minute part in there. But you talking about you want to go see a movie just because, such and such is going to be in it. I want to see how this person in the movie, because this person in the movie. I say that to say this. It doesn't matter to me. Like I said, it doesn't matter which coach we pick, as long as our team is improving. Like I told y'all before, it was crazy to me to have people upset how we were winning. We was like 5-2 or something like that, or 3 or something. They were like, we winning by field goals. And it's like, what? But we're winning. And then when Kirk Cousins went on that rant of just throwing to the other team because he was colorblind, get rid of him. Might as well put the rookie in there if we're going to do that. We're never satisfied. We want this microwavable team. He said the Falcons have a tough schedule this season. Great. So there's no excuses. Great, awesome. So they can't be like, see, they got an easy schedule, so they should be here. No, we should have a tough schedule. So it's going to prove our salt. We already got our defenses here. We better up our offense. We have a better up our offense. Our defense is here. Add some pieces to it. Get some better special team people. They need to be veterans too. Put a lot of people on some prove it deals. Because that special team hurt us. Boy, that special team put us in some predicaments, man. Some conundrums, man. For real, like, whew. He said, make your kicks in week 1 in, I guess, New Orleans. This is totally different timeline. Oh. New England. We play Cleveland too. Awesome. What's good, Treyway? Good Hanny. Y'all don't understand. Like, the Browns have been the sorest team since I had. Oh, I'm sorry. I said sorest. Pause that. The sorriest team since I have started consciously watching football. Yeah, they have. And it's all about when you build around people. Dominique Richardson, 706, fire. What's happening? Yeah, not a cupcake schedule this year, but I have confidence we'll have a good record. We'll have a good record because I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen. Can I tell you what I believe in my heart of hearts what's gonna happen? We're gonna actually play because the situation that happened with Rahheem, Ike Hilliard, Ray McLeod, it stunk up the locker room. I'm telling you, ever since I seen dude just dancing, and I'm looking like, broski, you dancing like we gotta win a season, my boy. I'm like, what you doing, my boy? Like, get him up out of here. So, like I said, Stefanski, we can agree and say Stefanski is better than Rahheem Morris. What we complaining about? It's just like saying, hey, bro, you want this 2000, you want this, okay, I got a 2000, just say a 2010 Camaro. And then we got a 2012 Camaro, 2 different body styles. But this 2012 got less miles on it. And it has a warranty on it as well. You still want that 2010 because it look better, or you want the car that got a warranty on it? It has less miles. This one got new tires on it too. You're gonna take the car that has the new tires, the warranty, and the less miles. You're not gonna take the old car. We already had Rahheem Morris, but we try to get the old car and think it can work better than the new car. No. But my thing is also is just having the mindset of having an open mind. We can honestly agree that Stefanski is better than Rahheem Morris. So we can honestly agree to that. So we psychologically have to convince ourselves. Okay, I got somebody in the building. Is they in here? They are in here. We have to psychologically convince ourselves. What's happening?
What happening? Of course, I told him I was going to come on over here and show my face over here as well. What's up? What's up?
So the question I asked everyone was, do you agree that Stefanski is better than Rahheem Morris?
Yes, absolutely.
So why are we upset about that?
We already know why they're upset about it.
Mm.
We already know it. You already said it earlier. And I said, mm-hmm.
So yeah, because I was trying to understand, like, if we already know we have a head coach that's better than the person that we had, we should be, because like I said, like I alluded to the fact that y'all talked about it on the Ladybirds, that we don't know if Kubiak was going to leave. I felt like if they would have lost to the 49ers, then he probably would have, because you losing to third stringers and stuff like that when your team has been like number 1 the entire season. Yeah, that's not a good look. But I feel like we couldn't wait, and y'all alluded to this too. We couldn't wait for all the way close to March to be trying to galvanize like this.
Trying to get our head coach. We're gonna be
Yeah,
getting the bottom of the scraps.
yeah,
Because
and
who
then
was saying that he wants to leave?
right, 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 and I'm pretty sure Stefanski was like, "Let me get up out of that train wreck over there," and with the Browns after giving a $200 million guaranteed contract that was going to blow up years, years, and years of teams because you can't get no help over there. So, and like I talked about Shador, it's always going back to the Shador situation where he has no control over that because if they say not to play him, they say not to play him. Like this, just
That's
like
what we said on the show. It was like it's the owner, GM. You know, it's more. It's over his head.
yeah, that's just like saying if he say, "Hey, I want to get me somebody else besides Penix. I don't really want Penix anymore," and then Matt Ryan say, "No, the organization believes in Penix." That's what it is. And he'll be in another situation where somebody else is telling him. But I'm pretty sure they have already talked to him and say, "Hey, this is what we're doing. This is how we're doing it. We keeping Hubert over it. And we're gonna get a GM so y'all can share a vision. We're gonna get you an OC, and this, that, and the third." I just feel like people just butt hurt because they wanted Mike Tomlin, who's not gonna coach this year. So we're gonna wait next year to get him. We trying to win now.
We're trying to win now.
And then nobody knew that the Bills was going to give up their person, but they also got to understand that we're trying to get an offensively minded head coach that has coached before.
Thank you.
That's Stefanski. Kubiak hasn't, he just because he's a good OC doesn't mean he translates to a great head coach. And like how y'all said on Lady Birds too, these people got to sit here. He still got to win the locker room over. Stefanski still got to win the locker room over as well. But with his track record, at least he can say, I was the 2-time coach of the year in the division, in the conference in the company of Tomlin and Harbaugh. So it's just like, what we talking about? Two of the people are saying that should be over here, I outcoached them. So it's like, damn if you do, damn if you don't sometimes.
And then because like I said it earlier too, it was like Matt Ryan told everybody was like, "What's the vision?" He told you what the vision was. He said Ryan was basically he said he expressed his desire for an experienced, stable head coach during his introductory press conference.
Right.
Pretty much put it out there.
Right.
And of course we knew they was going to want to go offensive minded. It was just. And the coach had to want to also attain and keep Britt.
Right. Right. So and then we just got, if not the best or one of the best O-line coaches that when we talk about, and I want to talk about like when the Cowboys had that O-line that nobody couldn't get past. Bill Callahan was that guy, and we got that guy because it's like they're trying to. Some people didn't like that we let old boy go, and we switched them up. Because the first thing they're gonna say is Lindstrom, but can you imagine having them 5 guys in front of you be like 5 Lindstroms? You know what I'm saying? You want people to be good and great. We don't just want good; we want great players, and we want people that can move the pocket. That's one of the reasons why Penix got hurt. O-line was allowing people to come through there. He was the most sacked, like one of the most sacked and rushed quarterbacks in the game because he was getting. We wasn't holding people back with the O-line, and that's how you improve quarterback play. That's how you can still make Kirk Cousins look great with an O-line. That's any quarterback you have back there. So shoring up things that's going to help us improve because they can see, like, knowing that what we had problems at, and then shoring up coaches that can improve those different nuances that we was missing. I don't see nothing wrong with it. I don't know who the other guy is they talking about. It was some Tommy. What was his name? I don't know who this guy. They was talking about, because I don't know who you think they're gonna try to put as the GM. Like, who's some names out there that you feel like?
Well, I mean, they've been heavy on Ian. I can say that. Heavy on that. But then there's some people saying that no, they're saying that he's not interested in coming here.
Yeah.
That's a good question.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. But I wanted to get into Savage's comments. Savage, you
Okay.
emotional.
Let me see. Let me see. Savage. You a savage, huh? So you gotta put your name in there like you a savage. Okay, Stefanski ass. Didn't even watch that man coach. The players hate him. The media vote for the coach of the year. Ah, man. You know, everybody's entitled to an opinion.
Right.
So regardless of what, and I always say this, I have never went to somebody else's. I've never went to, even with Stefanski. I didn't go to the Browns content creators. I didn't go to the Saints content creators. I don't go to nobody content creators but my team, and I'm not gonna bash nobody else. So at the end of the day, that means absolutely nothing. I'm gonna give you your 3 minutes right now, or your 2 minutes of fame, and now we off.
I think
But
the part where he was saying that we're tap dancing it's just there's a difference. Accepting what we have because shoot, this man is signed for 5 years at this point. You got to go, like I said earlier. Us saying that he's better than Rahheem is a step up. Does that mean that he was the best candidate or the candidate we wanted to roll with? No, not at all. But guess what? These are the cards that are dealt to us right now, Falcons fans. So it's either you're with it or you're not. Now you can be a fan that doesn't agree with it and just trust, just trust in the process and see what happens and try to be optimistic. Or you want us to trash and trash and trash and trash. Where is that going to take us?
Nowhere. Yeah. And like you mentioned before too, if these head coaches, just because they're available doesn't mean they're gonna want to come here. Stefanski was just like, okay. And then you got somebody I already work with, Kirk Cousins. So I'm like, okay, we might can keep Kirk Cousins. Well, okay. Our problem was the O line. Okay, I brought Bill Callahan here, and and then we got to get an OC. So saying if they get Mike McDaniels or whoever, and they come up with plays better suited for the team, I still think we're gonna go. I was thinking in my head with a Stefanski, I think we're gonna go heavy, 2 tight end set. And I was thinking in my head, if we go 2 tight end set, then we keep Kyle Pitts. They talking about bringing in Njoku. My mindset is bring in whoever, go 2 tight end set. Because you can still use Bijan as a check down receiver. You can still use Kyle Pitts as a receiver if you got another tight end out there. I think what happens, like we need like the coaches. I think the coaches, the position coaches, we need to shore those people up. Like getting the O-line person. Like I don't know who's our tight end coach, but you got somebody like Kyle Pitts, and some days he looked non-existent, and then some days he's the man. And we're not expecting Kyle Pitts to be like Drake London out there, but you want at least Kyle Pitts to have like 5. You want him to have like 7 to 8 targets. You want him to have at least 75 yards, and that's a good game for him. Now, somebody like Stefanski, which is offensively led head coach, I feel like I said, we need more offense. And that man might be able to bring out the team that we already have exist and add on pieces to it, because in the Browns, they used a lot of tight end plays. And they also ran the ball with Nick Chubb. And Nick Chubb for a minute was looking like he was running like he was the best running back in the league. And now we have the best running back in the league. It's like a better version of the Browns, pretty much, with what we have over here with a better team. And we don't have all them cap hits and all that stuff and all these guaranteed contracts. The only person that really got a big, heavy guaranteed contract is Kirk Cousins. Oh, I wanted to say something about this. Like when Chrissy said it, she said it best. Hold on, where is it? Where is it at? This right here, the front office from the head coach to the GM, and the coordinators, they want a better communication. That means they want everybody to have the same vision. Teams that have the same vision, they work. Did we get rid of our special teams coach? Let's get to that. Did we get rid of the special teams guy?
I haven't heard.
Hey.
I think I would have been doing the praise dance. Let me see.
Hey, oh my boy.
I'm assuming he is good as gone though. I don't think they was holding on to him if they because they try to redo the offense.
Yeah, that was different. That was a different.
I mean, no, excuse me, not my special team. Never mind, special team. But you know what I'm trying to say. Yeah. I don't think he's gonna be here.
Yeah, it's. He said, let's mention that Kevin Stefanski is the exact same Kubiak style. He is. Fans, he said, saw glitz and glamour Matt Ryan, Kubiak system, so he went to the system at the head coach, just like his son. So yeah, so people don't understand. People borrow people. Like when you look at Kansas City, we look like how our formations were set up. We look like Kansas City. We just didn't have, Pat Mahomes. It's good. Like I said, once we get a quarterback, even if they're a bridge quarterback, and of course people are talking about Malik Willis. Once again, we're going down the same tree. We're going down that same. We just can't let it go. We just gotta have this black quarterback. We gotta have a mobile quarterback. They want to see him run. And Matt Ryan was none of those things. He was just a pocket passing quarterback that he ran a couple of times when he needed to, but that wasn't his first thought. He wasn't Lamar Jackson. He wasn't a Cam Newton. I remember when Cam Newton said he would have been our quarterback. I'm like,
more he got real hype real fast. He thought that what's the name was coming, QB. I forgot which one he was hyping up. But I did find the answer about the special teams coordinator. He's still a part of the team as a current. They're gonna have to do something about that.
Yeah. Stefanski wasn't to blame for the Brown season. Jimmy Haslam. I mean, yeah, man, they sit here and make these bad deals, and then they want to backtrack, and then you got to follow guys like, hey, man, do what you can with it. It's just what it is, man. I really don't think us bringing in Stefanski is a step down. Not one bit. I honestly believe in my heart of hearts, like I mentioned, like if he's better than Rahheem Morris, then there's nothing to talk about at that point. If you don't feel like
in the right direction, and also you got to think about it. Who else was on the card that was available that would have gone with the vision that we got? That Matt Ryan has right now. Who's to say anybody? That's what I was thinking. My bad. Who's to say that anybody else found the Atlanta Falcons head coaching job attractive?
Yeah.
Just saying. Ain't nobody knocking down the door to be a Falcons head coach. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I honestly believe that at the end of the day, like I said, I don't care where the coach was going to be there as long as they was going to improve the team. And that's what I asked about when last year when we had the year before last when Rahheem first assumed the position, and he had we won by one game. Like we improved by one game. And I was like, is that considered a successful season? Because we improved by one game. Because we were 7-10, 7-10, 7-10, 8-9, 8-9. We're like in the middle of the pack. And that's more so to say we just need a coach that can take us over. And then I'm thinking like, okay, if that's what we need is just a coach that will take us over to where we need to be. And we're saying that Stefanski is better than Rahheem, then that should be then like it's like We're not going to go to the Super Bowl next year. Would I want us to go to the Super Bowl next this coming up season? Absolutely. But are we going to? Absolutely not. Because we don't know how these guys are going to be. This ain't a movie. You know what I'm saying? They not like they gonna come all together. You know, they gonna play that song. Here goes
Yeah,
my.
it's not gonna be it's not gonna be an overnight microwavable success either.
Yeah. Let's deal with the hand we've dealt. Like our hire. Let's roll, rise up, Falcons. Like, yeah, we have no control. He is. Oh, she said he's gone.
Okay, is he?
Yeah, she said he gone. I mean, I'm pretty sure he was in one of the first ones. Hey, you, lemon pepper plates, and you. Hey, where you going, Jack? Like, where you going? But yeah, at the end of the day, we just need to make sure. We just need to We just need to make sure we're understanding that our team is on a soft rebuild. Lucky for us, we keeping the defensive coordinator. That's good because like we wanted pass rush, we got pass rush, we got sacks, we got pressure. We just couldn't stop the run. So what you gonna do now? Let's shore up stopping the run, and then you got a defense that is complete to me with depth. You gotta have depth because a lot of people was getting, knock on wood. Ooh, they was going down. Let's knock on wood with that one. They was going down. This season, I think a lot of our situations happened because a lot of injuries happened that plagued us, and everybody's saying, "Hey, next man up." But if you don't have nobody behind Drake London, it's just like
You
Drake
ain't
London.
got it like that as well. Whew.
Yeah, it just don't matter.
We had people on the practice squad not even being called up.
I'm telling you, that's what I'm saying. Like you got somebody like Nick Nash that I felt like is a complimentary to Drake London. He ain't Drake London, but coached up right, you never know what he can be. We had somebody that took the top off in the preseason with Blair, and he didn't see the field not one time. Kobe Bryant got his opportunities, and then he got banged up. He got a concuss, but his offense is dink and dunk. He'll take a deep shot here and there. Okay. People need to. This is when it comes to football. Some people don't understand that the goal of football is to get 10 yards. You get 10 yards to get another opportunity. You get 4 tries to get 10 yards. 4 tries to get 10 yards. If it's dink and dunk, I'll be 100%. If I can dink and dunk and make third down be 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2, or make 2 passes and it's a first down, you want to get 10 first downs to score a touchdown. That's the gist of the game. Some people don't understand that concept. Like, I don't really care about the dinking and dunking because you want people's athleticism to get them to yak. So, but you want efficient in execution. So regardless of, because like a lot of people want us to see them long throws, somebody catching it over somebody, getting up, throwing the ball down. If we don't have those type of explosive playmakers like that, we just don't. We can get that, but we wouldn't have got somebody like a Bijan Robinson if we really, really wanted to throw like that. It was other people that we could have got that was out there that was probably taking us. Like if we wouldn't have got like a Kyle Pitts, if there's a Jamar Chase, like what I'm saying, we wanted Jamar. It's people that we could have gotten. He said the offense has zero creativity. He said, y'all see, you will see good luck. Yeah, because Zach Robinson is no longer here. So to be honest with you, we just have to improve on the play calling. And I don't feel like we're going to be looking the same. We're not going to look like the same team because it's a different head coach there and going to be a different OC there. So it's going to be different. And even if they look back at the tape, the tell of the tape, and say, okay, we can do this. I like what they was doing here, but I would have did this. Because no matter what you do in life, if me and Maggie T was doing the same thing, if she was drawing a circle, I was drawing a circle. There's no way I can mimic the same hand motion. That's why signatures are different. That's why everything, it doesn't matter if I'm trying to do it the same way that she did it, it's still going to be different. So, so to debunk what you just said, because it's going to be a different OC there, they can take the same type of players, but they will see something. And because, like, you could look at something, like, you could look at an apple, and it's all about perspective. But if I'm on this side of the apple, somebody else on this side, and I'm in front of it, we're all going to see an apple, but we're going to see different things that the other person doesn't see. So, regardless of what, it's a different team. It's a different team, a different vision. And I talked about this as well when Andy Reid went down to Kansas City. Kansas City was a bust for a minute too, until Andy Reid went down there, and then they became a contender. They still had the same team because it's about the coach. These guys might play for this guy. They probably wasn't feeling Rahheem after a while, but they know they had to go through the rest of the season. We still, after the third game, it's like, damn, bro, we still got 14 more weeks, 14, 15 more weeks of this guy.
Ray was the pure sign of that.
Yeah. Nick Nash is on the Commanders practice squad. No. Yeah, it'd be like that. You can't go deep every play.
No.
He said, this ain't Madden. Exactly. You can't go for the home run every time. You gotta take what the defense is giving you. So it's like, and then it's all about playing to our strengths. We know running is our strength. So as long as we get the run working, that's what the whole play action is. Like when you can confuse the defense to think you about to run, and then you pass. So, and then it's like the personnel, getting the right personnel so you can have these trick formations and these things. Like it's a lot of stuff that goes into football, man. Like I used to, before I actually played, I once I seen all the stuff that you do, it's a lot of stuff. It ain't just what you see on TV. It's a lot of work. So at the end of the day, we want to improve our team. We want to win. We want to, like, just like I'm saying, like we want to win the division. So if we make it to the playoffs and lose in the playoffs, does that mean we still had a successful season? What you think?
Making it to the playoffs is a successful season because that's where we're. I mean, you got to be realistic. You know what I'm saying? We're not talking about Super Bowl in the next year, but if we can at least make it past this and break that where we ain't made it to the playoffs, I can say that's a successful season. Now, will it still be a disappointment because everybody look at the NFC South and they laugh at us. So we come in and one and done. It's going to be one of those, well, at least we made it. I would feel some type of way. But at the same time, it was like, well, yeah, we did at least get to the playoffs. So let's see what happens next year. Well, how can we improve on this now? So it's back to the drawing board. Okay, this worked a bit, but now we need to go ahead and move past being one and done. So to me, that is a successful season, at least for the Falcons, because we can't even make it right now in this stadium.
Right. I got 100 people in here. I need y'all to go to the Lochness podcast and make sure y'all sub and share out the content as well. Because I mean, it's been a minute since I seen a 100 up there like that, but that's crazy.
Well, you know what? They've been flooring in here lately. We had like a 200 view show. I'm like, they in here. They want to talk about this head coach and all this going on because excitement right now in the Falcons camp. Well, it's a lot of back and forth of emotions, but
yeah, I get it. You know, we wanted Clint Kubiak because of his offensive, but we also wanted Mike McDaniels because he's an offensive guru too. So him being a OC because he's out there looking into, not even just a head coach role, but it's so many head coaching opportunities. Some people might be like, hey, shoot, I might go down there. Or they might be like, nah, y'all got too much stuff going on. So I don't want to go down there. Because like it's not just about just because a head coaching job is open, people are just gonna run to it. You got to be appealing. You got to have a structure there.
And that's what I mean. That's what I was saying. It's like, are we attracted to most coaches or GMs or who's to say that these coaches wanted to come play to be a part of the Falcons organization?
Who's to say that they wanted a Matt Ryan to be overseeing them. Like I might be like, hey man, I ain't trying to be micromanaged. Like, let me do my thing and let me bring in my people. You know what I'm saying? Because if you don't like something I'm doing, I ain't got time for that. I don't see somebody like a hardball be like, hey, I ain't finna, hey, hey, I got it. Let me bring in my people. I want my own. Because the last I checked, I thought it was like Harbaugh wanted his own defensive coordinator, but we already have a defensive coordinator that we didn't want to get rid of. So that was a conflict of interest. So sometimes it's just some people, no matter how bad you might want them in your team, if they don't fit, they don't fit. That's why you interview people. So when you interview them, they might just be they might have a bad interview. They might be, man, this is what they had down there in Baltimore. Nah, we good over here. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's a whole bunch of stuff that goes along with it that they don't talk about. And we just get with the outside looking in. But at the end of the day, like I said, it comes down to my number one question: is Stefanski better than Rahheem? And if everybody could, if the consensus is saying yes, he's better, then we shouldn't have nothing to worry about. We
Right.
should
And we're
get it
not saying that he's phenomenal, but he's a step up from Raheem.
right, right, right. So now I'm gonna talk about. I had somebody tell me, man, they should just go ahead like Penix is a bust. I had somebody tell me that. And I was just like, I can't agree. I can't agree that this man is a bust because I remember a time when we set that contract up with Kirk Cousins and then we drafted Penix. And they was just like, why are you getting Penix? You don't even need him. They were talking about Penix like he was the next coming. He was like the third best quarterback in the draft. He was this, he was that, he was this. Nobody was talking about this man being hurt. But as soon as we picked him up, it was just like, man, I don't even need him. And then like, yeah, he's already had so many injuries. He's a bust. What you feel like? Do you feel like a Stefanski? I know the organization has already said they want to. This is our guy. He ain't gonna be ready week one. He gonna miss all the training camp, all that stuff, and getting galvanized with the team. But then again, if we keep some of the familiar pieces, he already had his time with him. He just got. I think he just had to be mentally strong. So my question is do y'all believe? No one, do you think Penix is a bust now because he got hurt again? That's the first question. And then the second part of the question is, do you think a Stefanski is going to bring out like because you remember when this man said, hey, when you got those bad games, who do you go to? And this man said his fiance. Do you do you feel like Stefanski is going to be somebody that's going to sit with this guy?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, and if not him, depending on who else the pieces we bring up in here, offensive coordinator, we still got holes to fill right now. We just got head coach and offensive line coach up in the building. We still ain't fill up all the shoes yet.
Right. Right. I honestly believe, like I said, once they get their staffs together, and a lot of people don't, like I said, it's not the most popular. This not the most popular decision. Sometimes when you got to make a decision on people, man, it's not gonna be. You can't please everybody. It's just everybody ain't gonna like it. It's gonna be a divide. And then once we get the wins, once we see the reasoning behind it, because change, nobody ever likes change. But once we change it, because they're trying to change the whole culture. That's what people don't understand. They're not just changing the head coach. They got rid of Rich McKay, Terry Fontenot, Rahheem, special teams people. Again, like they want to clear
They
this out.
they
And
clean
start.
house. They
And
like something is not working here. So what can we do to change this up?
so they was just like, just eliminate everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Just eliminate everybody that really got their hands in the pot. So we can go ahead and improve on it, bring people in here, and we can probably have a different divisional run, a different vision, a different, outlook. But because like I said, whatever we was doing for the last 8 years, it ain't been working. So it's like, let's do something. This is it right here. Let's do something. Um,
Because if at this point, if we do all of this and we still are mediocre, now the question is off the blame. What's up with you?
yeah.
You
Uh,
know. So this is the last. Okay, let's give this one more try. one more, folks. One more time.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a he said when our division slapped the Panthers DDT Buzz grandpa kicked the ain't stand. Oh yeah. Said we're gonna do some wrestling moves on them. But it's like it's more so like I don't know. I want to ask you this then. Do you feel like they should have gave Rahheem one more season?
Hell no. No.
Why you say
now, because the showboating he did at the end, it was just basically, you in the camera, yeah, look at me, I'm doing my damn thing, like
where kissing on people,
like where was this aggression? All of a sudden, you in the players' faces, you're holding them accountable and all this kind of stuff. Now you got, you're doing your little dude, sit down somewhere. You should have been doing this. You knew your job was on the line and you knew your ass was out that door. Because if you come in here, you're supposed to be the man that's taking care of the quarterback situation. That's what you came in for. That's what you led with. This is a win now. And we're just one quarterback away from, all of that. We're going to win the division and everything else. You gave us a bunch of bullshit for 2 years. And then, of course, when the season ticket holders and the fans really got into Arthur Blank's ass and was like, no more. No more. I don't want to be in this stadium ever. I want to sell my tickets. What have you? Oh, he said, you know what? I'm accountable for everything that's happened. I take fault to everything. And sorry, I lied to you about Rich McKay. He realized I got to do something here. So, no, Rahheem wasn't, if, like Miss Pam said, if he wasn't making the playoffs, if we didn't win that division and everything else, it was a wrap for Rahheem. It's a bit of the same thing over and over again. No matter what the coach is at this point, get rid of him. Because people expected 3 years, but it's like, no, let's change it up. Let's get rid of him in 2 years.
Right. I think what's going to help and hurt Stefanski is the fact that he took a Brown team that was really bad for long. They was bad for longer than the Falcons was bad. So if he can take that team to 2 playoffs in his first 2 seasons, let's see what he can do to this one. Like I said, we go out people past performance. That's how you get paid. That's how you get. Because even with John Harbaugh being there for 18 years and whatever he done, he won 1 Super Bowl, and that was it after 18 seasons. And now he's looking for $100 million contract. Like he gonna be on the field tackling people or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's just what it is. But I feel like they looking at it like this. This guy has already called plays. He's already offensively led. And he took a team that was trash and he made them into contenders. That's essentially us. We're trash just based off of our record. Because like I said, I said it in one of my past shows, I feel like coaching is failing the talent on this team. So we got talented players, they're just not coached. So let's get this guy who's already led a team that was really bad into the playoffs. So, and it's like we don't have a team that's not like, and he's already like, he don't have to do too much. Like, hey, I already got a defense. We just got to add pieces there. Boom, defense is sure up. I ain't even got to really touch the defense like that.
I brought in a damn hell of an offensive line
coach. Right? I like one of the best. Because I was like, man, I told somebody
who the OC is going to be.
Yeah, so it's gonna be nice. Like, and then you add some people, and then because sometimes you can keep certain players. It's just once they're coached up. Because like I can tell you something and deliver a message to you, but if it doesn't resonate within you, it doesn't matter. So sometimes bringing in a different head coach or somebody that don't believe or buy into what you got going on, and I just think that nobody started buying into what Rahheem was doing. Just ran upon this. Oh yeah, for sure. Appreciate it. We like that. Ghost, what's happening?
No, we appreciate everybody I have been seeing a lot of, I don't know if the algorithm is pushing out to a lot of people, but I appreciate you guys just tuning in, letting us know you're seeing us for the first time. Subscribe to the channels. I put in the link his channel as well for the Lochness podcast. Go give them to 500. But of course, if you're over here on Atlanta Falcons Nation, show us some love. If you're new, put in the red, black in the chat. We appreciate everybody that's here. We're not done. We're gonna keep going in the off season. I still got a lot to talk about. So y'all subscribe to the channel, press that alert bell so you won't miss anything, because we got shows almost every day on this channel.
Do you feel like we should give Michael Penix Jr., because he's, like I said, that Rahheem was sure up that, hey, Arthur Blank got my back. I'm here. Da, 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 da. They said the same. Now they're saying, hey, we believe in Michael Penix, this, that, and the third. Do you honestly believe we should give Michael Penix another shot?
I think it might not be what we feel that we should do. But I feel that they already put it out there that he is the franchise. You know, they're pretty much putting it out there, and you know, they probably didn't feel that he had enough opportunity to develop, because honestly, he wasn't even supposed to have been starting.
He shouldn't have started.
He not supposed to have been starting. They knew in the background that man was still injured and needed to go ahead and have them knees redone.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna be 100%. This next coming up season, I don't even think he should see the field. Not
right. Don't rush him. Don't rush him, because Rahheem was good for rushing players that shouldn't have been out on that field and they're getting re-injured.
What's happening? But Skull Gang House, what's happening? I don't like, my whole mindset about Michael Penix Jr. is just like Mahomes. Mahomes sat down for a minute. Mahomes didn't go out there. He sat down for a minute. So I really think he was just prematurely put in there. I think we should have kept him on the side, still put Kirk Cousins even after all them INTs he threw. And then at the end of that season, slide him on out the way and got another veteran until we felt this man was ready, because we're doing him a disservice. We did Ritter a disservice. We're doing Michael Penix a disservice. And he's like, but like I said, it still resonates with my mindset. This man said, who you call on when you're going through a bad game? This man said, I call my fiance and somebody else.
My high school coach, his puppy dog.
Nobody on the team, my boy.
Nobody.
Not even the head, not even the quarterback coach. It's like, bro,
not even your players that you play with.
Nah, not the people that's not the O-line. That's the people that you gotta make friends with, the O-line, because they're the ones that protect you.
No, but I said that he was playing like he was a deer caught in headlights. He was afraid.
Yeah, and they were probably like, whatever, because it was like a lot of stuff that was going on, like that. Like I said, it's stuff that we don't know. We don't know what these guys be talking about when they going up. But at the end of the day, I feel like we're moving in the right direction. Hiring Matt Ryan, people loved it. Surprisingly, people didn't like him as a player when he was here until he left, and then realized what it looked like without having him, because you never know what you got until it's gone. But bringing him in and him being somebody that actually loved the city and bringing that up, and it segues to this. What do you think we should do with Kirk Cousins? Do you think we should keep Kirk Cousins or let him go?
Bye.
I think Kirk Cousins should be gone as well, y'all. And one of the reasons why I say he should be gone is because at one point in time, you was requesting a trade. So don't try to come back now because Stefanski here, and Stefanski and all this stuff like that. Right. I was like, you was already having your peoples hit us up and tell us, hey, man, I need y'all to get me up out of here.
Right.
So if you don't want to be here, Arthur Smith said it best when he said he don't want to play with players he don't know. Like, if I ain't never, and he was like, I don't know them. If they don't want to be here, they'll, hey, bye.
Right. They ain't here currently practicing. I don't know who that is.
He said the talent is there for Penix Jr., but the re-injury risk concerning another major injury in the career might be over. See, this is the thing too. That's anybody.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, that's the name of the game. Somebody can twist you seen when old boy caught the ball and his leg was twisted back. That can be anybody. You put your foot in the ground and you go try to. It can be anybody. It's just what it is. So what they're trying to do is to say, okay, if he had time, offensive line, if he had time, and that's anybody, any coach, any quarterback, if they got time to throw, if they got time to process what they're seeing, process to make the throws, then they won't. Hopefully, he can avoid injury. But then also, it's all about player development as well. My boy probably wasn't developed well, even if you had the right quarterback coach that could say, "Hey, instead of taking that sack, bro, throw it away. Instead of just dropping to the ground, trying to avoid being injured." Even we talked about it at one point in time. We talked about the medical staff we have on our team, where the players weren't coming back fast enough. So it was just like, okay, now we got to reevaluate the medical staff to try to get better people that can condition these players,
Mm-hmm.
so they can prevent injuries, so they can come back from injuries. When we never seen a Braylon Trice. You know what I'm saying? That was sad. Like that was a wasted draft pick, but it's like you don't know what's gonna happen.
It was quite a few players they didn't bring out. It was like Nick Nash caught a few of them. They were just like, what are we doing?
He said we might need to lose out this season and pick up Jeremiah.
No professional football players will be losing out
for the hopes of another person that can possibly be good. That's why I was saying about even when they talked about we don't have a number one draft pick. I said we got two. We already got our number one draft pick. We just got him early. We got him the same year we got Walker. Like, why are we complaining about a number one draft pick when JPJ just proved to you his salt? Like, he just proved to you 10 and a half sacks that, okay, he here. And they still looking like, we still need a number one draft pick. Everybody in the, like, Michael Penix was a number one draft. Kyle Pitts was a number one draft. What that mean? We want instant gratification. That's all that is. We want the people to be like, if they're high prospects in college, then if it doesn't translate over to from the collegiate to the NFL, it just don't. Some of these guys, they just mentally, they might not be tough. You don't know what these people be telling these people when they get in the rooms, or they get on these teams and these guys ain't really holding them up. They might be Tannehilling these guys. Remember Tannehill said he ain't gonna sit here and help support the next person up under him? Like, some people are like that. You here to take my job. I ain't finna support you. You never know. Like, I mean, at the end of the day, we're still men. We still have personalities.
I'm glad you said that, though. I'm really glad you said that because I don't really. I mean, of course, we're not on the field like that. We don't hear unless they do like the mic ups and things like that. Then that's still scripted because they got to watch what they say.
Exactly.
But the fact that Penix was like, I can't. He didn't even mention Kirk Cousins as somebody being someone he could go to talk to. Kirk Cousins wanted that starting job.
Yeah.
Let's keep it real.
Yeah, my whole thing is about Kirk Cousins, man. If he would have came in here and balled out and he would have helped develop Michael Penix, I would have more respect for that guy. I don't. Even when we was taking pictures with that guy, I did not stand next to him. I did not stand next to Kirk Cousins. Surely did not. Just what it is. Tomlin wants to coach next year, and you can kick Stefanski to the curb. Man, absolutely not. That wouldn't make any sense. Yeah, I gotta give people a fair shake. What if Tomlin goes to another team and he sucks? And then what's the excuse they're gonna use? Well, he's just not getting to the team. He got to get his people. You know what I'm saying? That's anybody. Stefanski gonna come here. We will hope that we're gonna win the division because they say it's the weakest division. It's not one of the divisions that I would say that people are looking to come to. I mean, hell, Tom Brady came down here and went to the Bucks, and it was just like he won. You know what I'm saying? So
let me just get one more.
let me get one more.
I'm done.
I mean, and then that's why what people don't understand is people say we don't have a number one draft pick. Tom Brady was just considered the GOAT. This man was like a 5th or 6th round draft pick. He didn't come in the first round. He didn't come in the first round. So like all of that stuff really don't even matter. You just gotta get people that's willing to put it all on the field, put it all on the
And Greg, just the whole y'all must have been not watching. Yes, of course we've been watching for the last 2 years, but aren't you sick? I don't know if you're a Falcons fan or not, but the Falcons have been going through so many head coaches, offensive coordinators. It's a carousel of like we're not going to just keep cutting and cutting and cutting and cutting and cutting. I'm sorry, it's just not going to happen.
Yeah, it's and that's what they were talking about. They was using that S word. They was talking that I just started hearing people starting to use now stability. I've never when we weren't saying that like 2 or 3 years ago. We weren't talking about no stability. But we do have a revolving door when it comes to the Atlanta Falcons because like Ryan Nielsen, he was making the defense look good, and all of a sudden he gone. You know what I'm saying? So Zach Robinson, we were like, okay, he didn't have, the players, people was hurt, we didn't have this. And then when we finally got pieces, it was more of the same. Now he gone. Rahheem gone. So it's like it's trial and error. So you want to give people a fair shake. You want to sit here. He said Kubiak never been a head coach before, and that's one of the reasons why we wanted somebody that was already tenured as a head coach, because we can't have these first time people. We'll be going backwards. We'll be standing at a standstill. Like you want to improve, So we improve. That's why I said I asked the question. Is Stefanski better than Rahheem Morris? And if the consensus is saying yes, then we made the right decision. Because anything better than what we used to have is better, I would think. I would hope so. In 2026, we're thinking like that. Because if you get somebody that's worse than Rahheem Morris, I don't hope you. It's just like the mindset is different when you're doing the same stuff and expecting better results. You can't be doing the same stuff and be expecting better results. You want to do something different to get different results that's better than the last. So that's what this is.
And I got that image they're talking about Baker Mayfield, what he was saying.
What he was saying about he was trash or something like that.
Mm-hmm. I got it here. Let me put it up.
I seen it. I didn't think that was real at first, but then somebody was like, "No, that's real." I like, what?
That's real. It's real, my friend. That's real.
You know, they be putting everything on. They just put anything on the internet. People believe everything they see. But I'm like, we ain't.
So this is the D-led. That's where it led to Baker saying something. We're gonna put that up there.
Man.
And he was just basically, for those that can't see it, hold on, let me go back to it. He basically was saying that, where is it at? Here you go. Kevin had a dumpster fire at quarterback in Cleveland. Baker Mayfield and Deshaun Watson failed, which started a chain reaction to 11 other starters. Samuel Sanders closed out last season with 7 starts. And this is what Baker Mayfield had to say. Hold on. Let's see real quick. But it was real. It was real.
Okay.
It's funny. I saw Todd McClure going in on some play. What's up? Atlanta's everybody on Atlanta's jock right now.
Hey man, maybe they want Stefanski, man. You know how it is when we get somebody else won't. They be like, man, they don't know.
McClure was calling out Ovi Mahaley about that Michael Turner podcast. Lord, man, it's all right. It's all right. It said, what it do, Lemon Pepper Lou? What's up, Smooth? See, but it says failed is quite the reach, pal. Still waiting on a text call from him after I got shipped off like a piece of garbage. Can't wait to see you twice a year, coach.
that whole thing to me is you're actually throwing, because last I checked, if I'm not mistaken, maybe I'm wrong, but did we beat Tampa Bay once? No, they beat us once. They beat us the first game, and then we beat them the second. That's how I went.
Yeah.
Um, it's just another storyline. It had he didn't send that to the Browns or nobody. He waited till he came over. It was just a welcome. It's just like I think there's just when they say friendly competition, I think it's just really just to stir up a storyline, and because we know we're gonna play them, it's just or he might still be in his feelings, which is kind of an issue to me when you still hard you done own the South for the longest of time and you still on some Cleveland Brown stuff. It's crazy to me. I mean, you into whatever you into, but geez, bro, I'm not. That's crazy work. He said shipped off like a piece of garbage. I mean, he was just a newer version of Johnny Manziel, wasn't he? I mean,
Ooh.
Baker Mayfield ain't no slouch. Don't think he's not a slouch. I don't think he was a slouch quarterback at all. Because I did mention once before, if once he became a free agent and he didn't want to be acting in Tampa, I was saying we should get Baker Mayfield. He's not a slouch quarterback at all. He's gonna give you a INT here or there, but he won't give you 5 INTs like the one we have. And I'm just saying. Okay. But yeah, nobody's really worried about Tampa Bay. Like I said, we're gonna do better. It's just like I said, people want Clint Kubiak, and we can't wait all the way to almost damn near March to get a guy and then start trying to build a GM. Because then when we try to get him, he might feel like, hey, I want to pick my own GM, or I want my own offensive coordinator and defensive coordinator. You never know what these people expect. Like they got to draw up an agreement, a contract that makes sense for both parties. It's just what
Right.
it is.
Right.
He might
Right.
be like, oh, hey, I don't want you to have no say over what I'm doing with the offense. And Matt Ryan might be like, no, I'm hired to be the president of football, so I oversee all of it. Nah, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? It's so much
I
that
don't
goes
need
on.
nobody coming here that ain't experienced to tell me what I need to be doing.
Yeah, I'm proven right now. But
I'm proven. No.
yeah, what that tweet did say, Haslam, the owner of Browns, spent 300 million of those 11 quarterbacks. That just tell you how that organization is ran. If we can win 8 games with Rahheem, we can win 12 games with Kevin at least. That's what I'm saying. Like if Kevin Stefanski is a upgrade from Rahheem Morris, and I don't see what the complaint is about. Because if we
Right.
got
If we can have if we can develop our quarterback, whoever that may be,
yeah,
have that O line on point, because we brought in a guy that's going to take care of that. Then we still don't know who the OC is. And we got our defense staying where it needs to be, where these players come in. We got rookies that's coming in year 2, still knowing the scheme of defense, and can only get better.
right.
What are you talking about here? I just say this. We're not saying that was the guy that we was wanting to go with, but we just have to roll with it right now. We got to roll with the punches and see what the fuck happens. That's just name of the game.
Cleveland radio predicted we're going to the playoffs and Stefanski getting another coach for the year. I mean, rightfully so. It's like teams that was looking like powerhouses, they looked at trash like this year, like a Detroit Lions. Like regardless of what you can say about the Falcons, we've never been 0-16. Detroit Lions were. You know what I'm saying? So we've never walked around with bags on our head, although I did see somebody in the stadium with a bag on their head and it got snatched off in the stadium. I'm like, bro, stop that. You in the, I say, man, you in the wrong area, my boy, wearing a bag over your head, my boy. Cause we like our squad, but it's like people need to understand that it's gonna take time Cause that one S word that they keep on throwing up. We gotta have stability. We gotta keep and retain coaches. Can you imagine working at a job where every week is a new person getting hired and another person getting fired and another person getting hired and another person? You're gonna be like, I don't want to work here.
Yeah, and everybody operates completely different.
Exactly.
And they want who they want as far as their coaches and how they're gonna run their plays and this and that and the other. It's like, here we go again. We got to learn a whole new thing, or
Yep.
get somebody that can come in and utilize our weapons properly. That can
So
develop. That can, we don't know. We
do
don't
we
know what to expect, but we can just only be optimistic at this point.
do we franchise tag Kyle Pitts?
Would you ask me that?
Do we franchise tag Kyle Pitts?
No.
So we let him walk too.
We let him walk.
Because we're gonna save like 15, 16 million off that one.
We let him walk.
Okay.
That's just my opinion.
I don't think my boy did enough. Like this X Factor, I always said it. This X Factor, this unicorn that people, he didn't play like that. I didn't feel like he struck fear in people's hearts to be like, oh man, we're going against the Falcons. Oh, that guy Kyle Pitts, bro. Somebody like Drake London that was consistent. Like he was going to have a career year before he went down. And I really felt like it was kind of premature. I just felt like he was just like, man, we losing, man. He ain't really finna put my body on the line like that.
Right. Let me sit this one on now.
Yeah, let me sit on out.
You saw how frustrated he was on the sideline. It was just like,
yeah.
He said he's like, I'm a competitive guy.
Yeah, he out there to get it, man.
Yeah.
I honestly feel like Darnell Mooney. Like our wide receiver room is, man. Like I said, my whole thing with Kyle Pitts, he reminds me of the Grady Jarrett situation. Well, we can get somebody and pay them less and get your same production. There's no reason to keep you. There's no reason to keep you at that point.
Right. If we're retooling. And also we don't have a lot of draft picks and and all this kind of stuff.
Right.
You're gonna make smart decisions, and basically it's like, you know what? Let's see. Who hasn't produced?
Right.
Like you said, 18 mil. You can bring somebody else up in here for cheaper.
Right.
To do the exact same thing and block, by the way.
That's what they were talking about in Njoku. They were talking about Njoku. They were talking about Nick Chubb, because like we just mentioned, Tyler Algier is probably going as well, because he's going to deserve to get paid too. And he can't take a back seat. He's a clear number one RB. So we already know Bijan is our guy. We put Bijan Mustard on everything. And then when we use Algier, it's just like, it's predictable. It's like, oh yeah, he's in the game. So, but then again, Stefanski probably look back at tape and say, hey, look at these guys, look at these guys, look at these guys. And then say, hey, what you want to do? He might be like, hey, I still want that 1-2 punch. He might still say, hey, I can use a Kyle Pitts. Let's bring in old boy, new 2 tight end sets. So we don't know. Because one, we're trying to get the front, we're trying to get the coaches in position first, and then the players come last.
Right. So we don't know. They might hold on to him.
Yeah, so I don't know. Kyle Pitts to me, like I said, he's like a more of a Grady Jarrett situation where if we can get somebody to do your same production, give us your same production, because like I said, even with Grady Jarrett not being here, we had the most sacks, all of this, everybody eating, And just like I said, if our defense be successful, we're gonna take that Grady Jarrett situation and just be like, it's gonna be in the win at that point. Not one person mentioned like, man, they just needed Grady Jarrett. No, it was like a non-existent. We're talking about JPJ, Jalen Walker, Xavier Watts having 5 INTs. So Billy Bowman when he's not hurt doing his thing. Like we do need a cornerback, a couple of cornerbacks though. Clark Phillips Jr. What we doing? I ain't heard nothing about him. Was he hurt? Clark Phillips?
Was he hurt? I ain't heard nothing either.
I ain't heard nothing about him. He might be gone. It's like these young guys playing better, man. Hey, you take a back seat to somebody that's a rookie. You like that?
Why not get younger?
Well, yeah. Tell Algier wants more carries. That's cool. Let him go. He said regardless of what, man, like I said, I want our team to improve and whatever it takes for us to improve. I never was a person that said, hey, we had to go out and get John Harbaugh. I never said that. I was one of those type of people that I said, whoever we get, as long as it improves the team, that's all that matters to me. Because it don't care. We can have them stupid big names and you don't have nobody like I said, like a team like Minnesota got a Justin Jefferson. Where did they go? Nowhere. Because it's more than just one person you got to worry about. You got to have a whole complete team. And whatever we have to do to get a whole complete team, get the team. And like I said, and I go back to the whole question is Stefanski better than Rahheem Morris? If you say yes, then we ain't got nothing to worry about. We don't know who is going to be available later on. We don't know, how these guys are gonna respond to Stefanski at all either. But we also need to understand that at the end of the day, man, we're trying to improve our team. And if we have the easiest division, and I don't know, man, it's just weird when I think about people complaining about Stefanski because they want a Clint Kubiak, and they might. And what if this man came over here and failed as a first time head coach? Then they're like, why we just didn't
say he was leaving in the first place?
You know what I'm saying?
Like shit. We don't know. And my thing is we got Rahheem and we waited too late.
You said they don't give coach of the year for being a bad coach. Exactly. You go off an improvement. So if this man take this team to another level, we win one playoff game. That's better than 8 years of not being there.
And once again, we're not happy at all. Let's stop trying to put a narrative in our mouths. Ain't nobody happy over here.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Y'all happy, y'all tap dancing, y'all dancing. Like
hey, we doing we Rahheem Morris.
No, y'all put that out there. Y'all talk about somebody as a savior and all this. We ain't say that either.
I ain't never say Matt Ryan was a savior.
The same stuff I've been reading, like only because we're trying to be optimistic and positive about our team. That's us tap dancing and being happy.
Yeah, I'm happy to see. I'm happy to see us get back into the winning column.
Right. By any means necessary. As far as what we can grab at this point.
Yeah. Yeah, that's just like I said, everybody like what they like. But besides that, man, we've been going for almost 2 hours. That's crazy work. I just looked at that. You got any last words for the people?
Calm down in my night rider voice. Calm down, people. Let's just, because we still ain't even got all the pieces in the front office at this point. We don't know who the GM, and Tory just posted that they're gonna have the press conference on the 27th. I guarantee you probably gonna have somebody else hired by that time. Okay, so let's just try our best to be a little optimistic. I know it's hard to do as a Falcons fan because we're tired of the same mediocre. I get it. And of course, you had your heart set on certain head coaches, but the The name of the game is whoever it fits this team for that president, Greg Beatles, off the blank, who's over there making steak. He clearly was behind this guy. Come on. He said he was making steak himself.
Right.
At his house.
Right. Yeah, so like I said, man, it's crazy. And I like this comment, like, the Browns wasn't relevant until Kevin Stefanski came. They had like 20 years of just That's what I'm saying. Like, let's get this man a shot. And then once he proves his salt, then be like, okay. But then if we got it wrong, then we're like, okay. Because people like to do the I told you shows. But when it's not going the way that they expected to go and we're winning and stuff like that, luckily for us, we got our season next year. They say next season, and we got a difficult season next year. Because if it was easy, then the first thing they'll say, well, they got a soft season. They're going to get some lazy teams. You know what I'm saying? It's always something. It's like you're never going to give people their flowers.
And just imagine the weapons that he has now compared to, look at that. The Cleveland, like he would have came in and had to still play with nothing over there in Cleveland. Did you watch the last 2 years? We sure did. Yes. So let's put the test, the pedal to the metal and give him some actual weapons to play with. Then we can make a judgment whether he's good or not.
Oh, you said McDaniels got hired as the Chargers OC earlier tonight. Wow. The Chargers, they was like sleepy good. Like certain teams, I was surprised that they was winning. Like even like the Texans, I was like, what? It's a certain team. The Chargers, like it was a certain team. Even the Jags, I was like,
this is a Falcons podcast, Robert. We disrespecting everybody.
Yeah, man, for sure, man. I don't care about nobody, man. But
we don't care about no Browns. The Browns.
Yeah, I don't care about the Browns, man.
No, don't get this twisted now. And thank you one time for the fan for showing some love and everything. That's what we're trying to do. Just keep it positive. Because folks trying to keep people off the ledge at this point.
Yeah, man. Like I said, it just comes back down to, like I said, if Stefanski is better than Rahheem, cool. If he's not, then I'm like, what we doing? So, but yeah, I appreciate everybody for stopping by. Like I said, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, subscribe to the Lochness podcast on YouTube. It's come down at the little header at the bottom of the Lochness podcast on YouTube. Road to 500 subs. Put it in the chat where y'all viewing from or listening from, because sometimes I do like to go back and look at the comments and all this stuff and everything that people be saying. And anybody on the replay, just go ahead and share the content, to your cousins or your cousin or your cousin. So, but yeah, like I said, we hopefully, like I said, we in hopes that our team is going to do better this year. I do feel like a change of head coach does come with a change of mindset. Because they got to see how Stefanski does his stuff, and he might just galvanize them in ways that Rahheem wasn't. Like I said, I believe in my heart of hearts, after that second game when they went and played Carolina, something happened to have them just not even show up at all. And I think he lost the locker room. Like nobody's really talking about it, but they probably knew in the beginning of the season, they're like, well, let's just get through the rest of the season. This guy's gone. So he probably already knew he was probably up out of here anyway. Just because of situations that happened in the locker room. And it wasn't even just him. It was just like, okay, this culture is just not conducive to what we're trying to do. So sometimes you got to make those hard decisions and let go of everybody and just gut it out and start completely over like I said, whatever we do is going to be for the next 10 years. So I believe we're heading in the right direction. We just got to get the coaching staff put together that's going to improve what we have. I mean, we can go get nothing but veterans to go against because we're still a young team. That's another thing people don't understand too. This is a young team. We don't really have a lot of veterans on here, and not even especially not at the skill positions like Drake London, like Bijan, Kyle Pitts. All these people are still kind of young. Like it's somebody like a Jesse Bates. And then I remember when they was talking about we overpaid for Jesse Bates, and he's been like the best safety in the game. Hopefully McGarry come back so he got his contract extension. Let's get his. Oh, one other question. Jake Matthews. We extended him, right? Did we extend Jake Matthews? Did we give him a contract, right? Terry Fontenot them gave him a contract, I believe.
I'm gonna look.
I think, yeah, because it's his time. It's time. It's time. It's getting up there.
Right.
Yeah, because Bergeron's straight, but but I think Jake Matthews, I think it's his time. Oh, he said Jake Matthews took a pay cut. I knew it was something.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I was like, oh, okay, that's what it was.
Yeah, it was something because I was just like I know they did something for him. That's another thing too. Once like he took a pay cut for the team, and then the regime gutted out, and then he like, damn, I just took a pay cut, and then it's gonna be hard for him to win over the new guy. You know what I'm saying? They might be like, nah, you gotta prove it. You know what I'm saying? It's so much stuff that's unforeseen and we don't know is still pending.
Mm-hmm.
We just gotta sit back and wait and hope for the best. And that's all this is just hope and speculations. No assumptions, speculation. But I do, like I said, I do believe this team is better up under Stefanski than Rahheem Morris. And it has nothing to do with Rahheem personally. It's more so like he's a losing coach. And he was like, and I don't know how they just picked him. Like, and then just like the Stefanski pick, just like how we picked Rahheem. You got Belichick right here, and you got a Rahheem Morris, and we chose Rahheem Morris over Belichick. But we don't know what Belichick was expecting, his expectation and moving forward, and what he wanted. Because at the end of the day, I would have took Belichick over Rahheem Morris any day. Regardless, but it's just that he probably what he wanted and his expectations of what he wanted to do with the team, they probably wasn't offering at the time. And then you gotta think about it like this too: a Rich McKay, a Terry Fontenot, and then a Belichick, and they probably had some checks and balances that he wasn't really on board for. Just think if Belichick was available, but I think he's going to the Bills because that's already a complete team right there. That's just because it's just like him getting another Tom Brady with Josh Allen that can run. So, yeah, at the end of the day, man, like we run about our squad, and shoot, it might look a little different next year. Hopefully, put more butts in the seats. Hopefully, we'll be happy with the results that we had, that we picked, and the decisions that were made. But like I said, at the end of the day, moving forward, if this team does better next year, if this team goes to the playoff next year and win the division or go into the wild card, I'm gonna need y'all to give Stefanski his flowers. I'm gonna need everybody who talk junk about Stefanski to give him his flowers and be like, okay. Because at the end of the day, Rahheem had 2 years and still didn't do it. Arthur Smith had 3 years. He didn't do it. You know what I'm saying? So come on now. Yeah, people quitting in the middle of the head coaches quitting in the middle of the seasons and stuff. Like, bro, it's been bad. So with somebody coming along that can improve us, man, we gotta be receptive of that blessing. Sometimes people want. Have you ever been blessed with some money, and you look at the money that you got, and you be like, it's only $50. I wanted $100. I think that's what this is. We get blessed with the opportunity to get a head coach that's not a first-time head coach. He's already been a proven head coach. And people are like, but we want this guy. But then you can't be like, we want this guy who hasn't been a head coach before. It's just what it is, man. So
right. And that's the main thing. It's like everybody, we gotta have a coach that has experience, and you're getting that.
You can't have everything because you can't have everything. And they took the high road. They took hey, we want the head coach that's been in this position before, that's had a bad team and made them to go to the playoffs. And that's Stefanski. If they could have got a Harbaugh, they would have had him. But he came with he came with some price tag that we probably weren't gonna pay. He came with a price. That's why I came up. That's why it took the Giants a long time to ink that deal in, because he can't. Hey, this is my price. They're like, damn. Let's figure it out. They finally figured it out, but it took a minute though, because these guys want to get paid. This person says, I want Megan to stay in the league plates. Y'all tripping. But besides that, man, I'm finna go ahead and end my show. Like I said, I appreciate everybody. Megan, see you good. Thank you for coming, pulling up like you do. It seems like it's been a lot of people up in here, man. So we good with that. I just need y'all to go support Atlanta Falcon Nation LLC, support the Lochness podcast, and I always say support other content creators for the organization as well, man, and let them know that Lochness sent you over there, because I feel like we all represent the red and black, and then they might be potential collaborators in the near future. Peace. We out of here.